And controversy brewing tonight over a trio of bills some parents say push a, quote, transgender agenda. One of the bills would ensure a child's gender identity is included in child custody cases.
So the bill in question is Assembly Bill 957, which essentially, when a judge is making a determination in the family court system about giving custody to one parent or another, one of the criteria included in the health, safety, and welfare of a child would be a parent's affirmation of a child's chosen identity.
I want to get this out there. This is important that we know what the science and the information is, and it's saying. Even a recent follow-up study in 2021 found that of 139 participants, only 17 persisted in their gender identity. This was looking at young boys. 122, 87% went back to their biological sex. You can't have a
State your point of order.
Time limit on speeches.
Yes, there is. Thank you, Assemblymember Gallagher. You were given that opportunity. Thank you, sir. All right, let's see.
Note that parents affirm their children. They have since the dawn of time. Typically, it happens when their gender identity expression matches their biological gender. But what happens is when it doesn't, that's when the affirmation starts to wane, and that's what we're dealing with here. Although it's called the TGI bill, they're not mentioned anywhere in the law. What's mentioned in the law is the child's gender identity and expression and the parent's affirmation of that, whatever it is, because that is our duty as parents, to affirm our children. Is an allowance right now for that judicial discretion under the umbrella of health, safety, and welfare of the child. But as we know, judicial discretion, they're human beings as well. And all human beings, I love to say it, are beautifully complex and beautifully imperfect. And so this makes it so that there's consistency and judicial discretion, recognizing that parents' affirmation, which is the exact language, parent affirmation of child's gender identity is in their best interest, versus going to a judge who might determine that that's not in their best interest, and then in the case of a TGI child, rule against the other parent. It just allows, if you have a TGI child, to be seen in a judicial system that says it is a state policy based on scientific research, not just something anecdotal, that affirmation of a child's gender identity is a good thing. To create a safe place for them is a good thing. And it doesn't leave for judicial discretion to say otherwise, because that's what's happening. That is what is currently allowed by law. And having been a Black woman who raised Black sons in California, I love judicial discretionary, but there is some issues, because guess what? They are human beings. And so we want to make sure that they understand that every judge in the state of California recognizes that for a TGI child, affirmation is in their absolute best interest, period.